There are many misconceptions on the path to awakening, to seeing clearly what already is. We resonate with truth and are drawn to it, but we have no idea what it is. Because we are so heavily conditioned, we take teachings and mold them through a filter to create our own reality, our own map, to project into the future what we think this is and what it can give us. We think it's going to make us into a better person, someone pure and worthy, someone for whom suffering no longer arises. But these beliefs are no more than ghostly projections. They have nothing to do with truth or reality. We are innocently using the same tool that caused the problem in the first place: disassociation, the mechanism of mind. We are told by wise people that this is a process of disidentification, that we will someday realize that we are not this separate, vulnerable human. We are life itself, whole and complete. But the truth of what we are, when it is seen clearly, doesn't help the individual. It has nothing to do with the individual. For the individual, this is a great hopelessness. The thing that we have taken ourselves to be is nothing more than a mechanistic pattern of conditioning, natural and innocent, and having nothing to do with what we are. When you see that you are not this mechanism, you see that you can't improve the mechanism. There is no one to improve it. There is no escaping what you're not in. The question, why can't I do better, is irrelevant and no longer makes sense. When, how, where, all questions lose meaning and are a moot point. There is a great freedom in seeing that you are not this separate individual. But this freedom has nothing to do with controlling the individual. And shoulds and should nots fall away. But shoulds and should nots do still arise. Anything can arise. Any emotion, sensation, thought, circumstance. It's just seen not to be you. Self-realization is only the beginning And many seekers assume that this is the end of the journey, or some accomplishment or attainment. But this is the beginning of the raw intimacy of falling in love with what arises as it is. All the neurotic behavior and thoughts, insecurities, visceral fear, shame, it still arises. It can. Deep trauma is in the nervous system and truly has nothing to do with awakening. Awakening doesn't solve these traumas. The animal, the body, is deeply, deeply conditioned. And it's not you. This is what is seen. The filters of mind are not you. All of these are appearances that arise and fall within you. And only now there is a great neutralness in this hopelessness. Seeing what you are not grasping for something better, not resisting this as it appears. Although resistance can still appear, it flows through you quickly, like an open system flowing through the body. Clear seeing is realizing utter futility. This is what acceptance is. Seeing that you never did anything wrong. You never did anything right. The thing you take yourself to be has never done anything. It's just a natural appearance, like a cloud in the sky. A cloud that appears within you. Life itself. Grasping and aversions are seen to be equal. They are accepted as they arise and immediately forgotten. You are an ever dynamic verb. There is no such thing as nouns. All things arise and fall within you. The birth and death of galaxies. Utter confusion. Seeming clarity. The all in all. They are all allowed to be. And this is not an opinion. This is what is. This is effortless and spontaneous. Nothing needs to be done. It all happens for you, in you, as you. The mechanism of mind is only an appearance. If it's not you, then why should it worry you? If it's not you, then you can't control it. If it arises, It is allowed. And we can, with the grace, resonate with that allowance. Seeing, finally, clearly, what we are not. In this mystery, we are not and are appearances simultaneously. This is freedom and unconditional love, not what the mind tells you it is. When disease and physical pain arise, this too is this. When shame, frustration, and fear arise, this too is this. When resistance of any kind and contraction in the body arises, sensations, emotions, filters of mind, when these arise, this too is this. It has nothing to do with this contracted energy that we call a sense of self, fortified by mental reflections, a mass delusion that we are sovereign beings, entities that are capable of manipulating, controlling. No behavior, thought, emotion says anything about you. That too is this. It has nothing to do with the psychological self. Direct experience is truth, not convoluted fantasies that we comfort ourselves with. And the way we speak about it, as if the mind is a bad thing, or this thing we call the ego. But there is no one to choose to be an ego or not be an ego. It's an appearance within you. And it's allowed. This is what is seen. Ruminating about the past, projecting into the future. This arises and is allowed. And this too is this. There is no one to choose to wake up or to stay asleep. This is an innocent, natural identity crisis. It's a part of the evolution of this animal we call human. And it's allowed. And this too is this. Non-duality is all-inclusive, impersonal, the truth that is longed for. It includes all of that we call duality, and it's allowed. And this too is this. Every no that has arisen arose within a yes. Every evil act arose as love itself. Resonate with truth. See no evil. Hear no evil. Speak no evil. Without changing or manipulating a thing. Just see that this too is this. And it has nothing to do with the fantasy, imaginary friend that we have created to comfort ourselves, to comfort this body. Reality is unconditional. It's this, no matter what it appears to be. This seeing has nothing to do with the fantasies and projections that we hold in our mind as maps on the path. The ideas that we think will help us, improve us. But truly, nothing needs to be improved. There is no problem. All appearances are equal. They are all allowed. They're all this. The mystery.